Hello, and welcome back to our U.S. Navy 1890 campaign, Waves of Steel. As you can see, there's something a little bit weird going on here, where I have a battle window up. That's because I started talking, didn't realize I hadn't hit the record button yet, and I went to the next turn. I literally did nothing except start the game, and I made the backup for the episode, and that was all. So, so that's it. We have a British ship intercepting our raider, which is kind of cool. So hey, we just get to jump straight into a fight. Good for you guys, without having to listen to my usual rambling. And this is the kind of fight that we want. We're a little bit close to their airfields at, let's see here, 70 some miles. So we are within range. So I want to keep that in mind. Try and drag the fight further south. And see what we get here. Go to max speed on our battle cruiser. All right, let's see what we've got. Looks like it's about cruiser sized, this intercept. And maybe, well, they start hitting us first with medium guns. We are straddling them, getting them with some 6-inch. Now we hit them with a 12-inch gun. And more 12-inch guns. And more. Yeah, this is unfair, and that is exactly what we want from our raiders. The Dartmouth class. I think we've looked at this before. This is their gunship, like their 15 6-inch gun loaded with frigging AA. But that 2.5-inch belt isn't going to do squat against even our 6-inch. Well, we have 4-inch and 6-inch. Yeah, we got 6-inch and 4-inch guns. So hopefully we'll finish unloading on them with these 6-inch guns and the 4-inch guns, and maybe score some 12s and finish them off, and then we can run away before air support gets here, hopefully. All right. I'm going to go down to cruise speed here so we get some good shots. And now we run away. So we're just going to go southwest away from these two air bases and leave. Oh, and we're spotting an unknown ship. Looks like a destroyer or a corvette. Probably a corvette. It is very slow. So that's going to be one more kill. Yep. Excellent. We took a little bit of damage, but we killed a pretty major cruiser, the Dartmouth class. We have stolen the data for the British medium bomber. It has a 2,000-pound bomb. Let's give it publicity because, hang on, relations. Yeah, they're allied with Britain, and they're dragged into the war anyhow. So let's at least try to get some budget off of it. So we're at 1304. Increased gunnery accuracy with radar. That's pretty sweet. All right, here's an improved naval patrol craft. So we get a little bit of speed, a little bit of range, and that's about it. Okay, they've crushed their rebels. And we've invaded Jamaica. We're still winning the merchant war. Yep. Okay, there it is with France. Now let's look at our aircraft types. We're looking at the medium bomber. So ours holds two 1,400-pound bombs. Theirs holds one 2,000-pound bomb. I think I kind of prefer ours, honestly. We can see that our float plane scout is poor reliability, as always, it seems. So that's unfortunate. And we're getting close to the point where we can build the Yorktowns. Should be next turn, next month. Alrighty. So we need to build We don't have any littles that are ready to go yet. So let's do this. They've declined. This is right off the coast. It's unfortunate. We're have to probably decline this one. Yeah, this is all destroyers. So we're just going to go ahead and decline it because like we'll have maybe two out of the four if we're lucky. And this is a big battle right off the coast of France because it's taking a while to generate. And it's so close. Look, it's literally right against the coast. So we're just going to decline that one. And this one's a little bit better. And they decline that one. Yeah. And then there's one up here. We can ambush. Sure. Let's do it. This is the Indianapolis, which is a Pueblo class. Alrighty. See what we can spot down here. Get these destroyers ready to go into their battle formation. Oh, they're still on screen. Oh, they're under AI control. Did I put them? Did I just put them on AI control? I think I did. There we go. Line ahead and torpedoes. Get them down here. Wow, 36 knots on these destroyers. Are these are littles? Oh, that's why. Man, they're fast. And that's like really fast, even for destroyers in this era. And then we will put these on line ahead. And get our little gunboats over here ready to go. These are maybe some Flint class or something. Yeah, Flint class. And they're coming right for us. That's good. At least they're not running away immediately. We get at least a few shots at them. Alrighty. This is like the early World War II technology we're working with right here, where we're still not very accurate with our guns. But we are scoring some hits, and we're going to bring our destroyers over here to try to gun that one down. Uh-oh, he's dead in the water. So we're going to cut across like this. Try to avoid going on the sides of that light cruiser because it might still be able to launch some torpedoes. Newcastle class. Man, still a decent light cruiser, man. They're still all right. They're quote unquote only like 7,000 tons, but that's still pretty respectable. All right, so the destroyers have done their job and slowed down the enemy. We're just going to get them out of there before they take any more damage. We're going to put them on cruise and send them to Portland. Same thing here. And our cruisers will finish the job. In fact, we'll send the Indianapolis home too, because it took some hits, as I recall, in this fight. It took 9 medium hits and a light hit. So our light cruisers can mop this up. There we go. Excellent. We're whittling away at their force. Okay. Thinking some submarines. Oh, nice. We didn't lose any subs that month. And we sank 15 merchants. And we sank 13 with our raiders. Excellent. Causing hardships. Intelligence report from Japan. Inspired by our dreadnought building program, the Prime Minister authorizes additional naval spending. I didn't. Are we building? Uh, we're going to build 4 Yorktowns. We're not building battleships right now. All right. And then we still have 5,000 left over. We have these littles. These are 2,200 tons, right? 25. So let's take a look here real quick. We can go up to 3,000. We could build some let's take a look at what we can design here for destroyers. Because we can build 5,000 worth of destroyers, plus more than that, because we want to get our funding down. So let's do up to max, and then we'll see where we go from there. So do normal speed, normal accommodation. It's got a few guns. I don't know if they can do double guns on destroyers yet. We can. So we're going to get rid of that. No, we're going to get rid of that. There we go. Increase the guns. We have double guns forward and aft. 4-inch. We'll do 5-inch guns. Those are like good old American 5-inch guns. We want torpedo reloads, extra depth charge throwers. What if we go to 3 on? Oh, we can go to 3 on radar. What about 4? 3 is the limit. So we're at 3. And then 220 rounds is more than enough. We'll actually add a superimposed turret forward, and then we'll increase the speed to 35. Yes, to 35. 36 is excessive. And then we're going to lower the tonnage a little bit, back down to, wow, we can go even smaller than the littles. I think we've had enough like advances in shipbuilding that we're able to squeeze this thing out here. Yeah, it has the same amount of torpedo tubes. It is 1 knot slower. Okay, and then we can add on a medium director and some. No, we can't. Okay, get rid of one of the medium directors and add on some light and medium AA. And it's not overgunned or anything of the sort. Yeah, this is pretty cool. I like this. 2,000 tons on this O'Brien. O'Brien's kind of a cool name. O'Brien's the name of an author who did the. If you've ever watched, who's that guy? The guy from. Oh my gosh, the guy from Gladiator, Russell Crowe. He did a movie called Master and Commander, and it's based on some of the books of a guy named, I think it's Patrick O'Brien. It's something O'Brien, I think. But they're really thick books, and there's a bunch of them in the series. There's like 7 or something. They're on my shelf. Actually, there's I think they're like omnibuses. What I have, so like each book is like I might have 5 of them maybe, and there's like maybe 3 books in each one. But yep, this is good. We'll keep this. We got a little bit of weight remaining to install more radar and stuff later on. So we'll keep that. Yep, we have a lot. That's a lot of ammo for 5-inch guns. We're going to take it down to 200 and add on another medium AA, 2 more medium EAs. All right, we will keep that. And it's 608 to build per month. So we can build at least 10 of those without really hurting the budget. All right, we'll take this fight. We don't know what's going on down here, but we'll see. We're going to mess around and find, oh, this is a transport battle. Transport attack. Yay. That is one of my favorites. We get radar contacts already. Don't mind if we do. Light cruisers. Here we go. These are Tacoma class, so we have a lot of 6-inch guns on these. So it shouldn't be too difficult if we can locate their transports, which I think are right here. Yeah, they seem to be right here. So I'm going to cut the destroyers southish down here because some of these transports might be AMCs, and they will He will actually do a number on destroyers if they catch them. Yep, those are transports. So I want my destroyers to be a little bit more distant. See right there? Although that's probably from like one of those cruisers. Yikes. All right, well, we're going to break off that one. Can we fire torpedoes at anybody? We can. And no more shots at the moment. Okay. Well, boy, we don't really have anywhere to go, do we? We're just going to put him on 6 knots to avoid any extra water, taking on water or bulkheads or anything of the sort, and hope he can just limp far enough away from the battle that he'll survive whatever happens. I do need to be cautious because there are destroyers about. And then I can just do gun runs right here. These O'Briens that we're building should be really good at this sort of thing. Although we don't get transport or convoy attacks very often, but with 6 5-inch guns, they should be pretty good. We're just gonna start hitting. Yeah, we don't have anywhere to go except Panama. Or hang on, right here. Maracaibo. Is that Venezuela? I think. What's wrong with my formation? It's a little bit weird. Ooh. Well, we're scoring lots of hits on this thing. It looks like it's a cruiser. Not a big fan of what my cruisers are doing right now with their formations. But we will launch some torpedoes and just see what happens. You could get lucky. Kind of saturate the area a little bit. Well, we do need to be a little bit careful not to torpedo ourselves. All right, it's probably time to get out of here. We've done enough. Why don't you go? Well, these guys here can just kind of go north, I guess. Same for these destroyers. And we'll put them on cruise so they don't run out of fuel. And we encountered another transport while we're over here. Why not? Free kill, free points, free victory points. And the hail will go down this way towards Maracaibo. Is that? Yeah, it is Venezuela. Okay. What if we took that because of the oil? What if there's like, it's, some places are more like established or weighted towards having oil? It should be the end of it. Okay. So we took heavy damage on that destroyer, which is fine. It survived. We did medium damage to some cruisers. We sank a couple of destroyers. We sank 15 transports. So that is a nice little victory. Continued operations will secure our total victory. Oh, nice. ASW mortar. We might alter we might alter our design for the destroyers a little bit. Oh no, we lost a corvette and we sank a bunch of merchants. Save the game. Although we do need to get snappy. We do need to like be real snappy about spending some of this money here. These Bunker Hills, when are they going to be finished? Another 5 months. It's going to be a little while. We're still going to be at least one more month away from getting these O'Briens into service or getting them under construction. We'll take this. Hopefully, they won't have battle cruisers. That would be kind of poopy. Yeah. Launch our polecats, our little. Oh, there we go. There's some contact. So let's go. We'll know if they start shooting at us before we're like within range, if they're battle cruisers or not. As soon as we start seeing shots out on us, oh, it's hard to say. That looks like a cruiser and a destroyer, maybe. You can see the size difference between the two of them. This one's a little bit bigger. This one's a little bit smaller. And the one's listed as a corvette, and nothing's shooting at us yet. There, that one's a light cruiser, and that's a destroyer. We'll get there. Although they are running away from us, they're running towards their air base. Do they have an air base in Kingston? It looks like they don't. That's actually a major oversight for them. The AI usually like puts they'll put air bases on the freaking moon if they could. We need to score some hits on this rear guard that they have set up. They are outrunning us. And 31 knots isn't like it's not slow, but maybe their cruisers are just a little bit newer than ours. These Flint class, I think they're pretty old. I feel like they've been upgraded a couple of different times. But they're still serving. They're still doing well. I don't feel this weird compulsion. Well, it's not weird, but I don't feel this compulsion so much to just like trim all the fat, like I do with Japan, especially Japan, but also Germany, where like as soon as something was basically obsolete or like the hull like couldn't be improved any further, I was just like getting rid of them. I have been hanging on to stuff longer than I normally would in this campaign, just because we have the money to do so. When you're playing with these shoestring budgets of these other nations, like you really have to be ruthless with getting rid of old equipment once it reaches a certain point. And old equipment can still be useful. Well, farewell. That's a little class. That's unfortunate. And old equipment can still be useful for you. Well, this chase is not proving fruitful for us at all, so we're just gonna get out of here with our destroyers. But despite still being useful some of the old equipment, like sometimes you just got to cut it. Like once it reaches, I think, past like 20, 25 years or so, the maintenance starts going up, or maybe it just ticks up one time, but the maintenance does go up. All right, well, that stunk. That's a loss. All right, who cares about the Spanish torpedo bomber? They'll never actually fight us. Ooh, increased submarine effectiveness. We have taken Jamaica. Okay, the Olympia has been put in a dockyard for 2 months, and we're sinking all the merchants in the world. So we're going to rework this design. We ended up with forward. I'm going to delete the turret. We're going to add. Huh, how does the forward ASW launcher actually work? There it is. So we can do that. And then can we still have the forward gun on here? Is that still like allowed in the design? It is. We'll get rid of a medium AA. In the ASW value, these things shoots up to 10 from 8. So there we go. Yeah, that's worth another month of bacon in the oven. All right, cool. They intercepted our battle cruiser. We like. So this month we also need to set a new invasion target. What the heck happened here? Well, that poor York class. I guess we both started dead in the water. Just so happens that we started within sight of each other, which is a little bit weird. Not sure how we can explain that, but there you go. All right, that should be enough. We'll send this home to Miami for a few little repairs. We took a few dents in the armor and some scratched paint and whatnot. Some light hits. All right, we sank the York class. Is that a good one? 9,800 tons, a little smaller than their light cruisers, but still a respectable ship. It's got 8 8-inch guns and some secondary guns, so it's not bad. Not a bad cruiser. The speed, I don't know how to tell what the speed is on this actual screen here. I'm looking here and it says like max speed is 3, but I don't actually know. Close, close, exit battle. I want to go look at that real quick. Nice. Increase cap and AA effectiveness. Yeah, Austria-Hungary's mad at us. They can kick rocks. Sinking a lot of subs. Very nice. All right, let's start building these things. 20 at a time. Yes, we need to slash this budget hard, our excess. All right, now, before I forget, we have taken over Jamaica. We're going to go up here and set this as an invasion target here in Newfoundland. And we have heavy cruisers up there. What do we have down here? Battleships. Okay. We're going to transfer our Caribbean battleships to North American East Coast. So they take Cruiser Division 3 with them and Destroyer Division 3. So that should be enough of a force to invade there. Now I also wanted to look at this York class. It's like I can't figure out what's going on here as far as the speed goes on that screen. So it's gonna be down here, right? The latest, yeah. Or that's the Cornwall. So the speed is 30 knots on that, but it's just sitting there kind of dead in the water. So I don't know what was going on there. All right, we got a battle down here. We can ambush an enemy force. Don't mind if we do. We have a corvette to do it with, so we're just going to decline. If we could have had any of our forces in the Southeast Asia actually help us, that'd be pretty dang sweet. Oh, German heavy cruiser, 13,000 tons, 8-inch guns. Yeah, 32 knots. That's the important part is the speed, really. Gradual AP improvement, increased torpedo speed, quadruple light AA, airborne radar. Wow, look at all, dude. We're rolling in technology right now. Coordinated airstrike management. That's huge. Here's an improved float plane of the Polecat, our unreliable Polecat float plane scout. Speed goes up. And well, I'm not sure I'm looking at the stats, just, accept the fact that it's a new. All right, we've successfully invaded Newfoundland and we've interned a light cruiser. We are just laying waste to their merchant fleet. That's actually kind of unfortunate. Let's put it back onto prize rules. I don't want to force too early of an end to this war. We need the war to continue for a while because we have a lot of projects we're working on here. Like we need the money to keep flowing because as soon as the war ends, we're gonna lose half our budget. It'd be nice if we could make the war last at least until at least a year, like 1 year until we finish these Brooklyns. Alrighty. 32 minutes. We're good for maybe I should try to make these episodes 30 minutes instead of 40. Not sure how much people are actually watching all of it. You know what? This will be good. I'm going to save the game. We're going to make a copy as a backup, and we're going to go ahead and call it here. And I think that'll be it. I might record one more little episode because I'm having fun right now. It'll be out tomorrow for you. So I'll see you then. And actually, I'll see you next time. That's my little thing. See you next time, and so I'll see you about there.